Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, on this episode of Bullet Points this morning, we are going to look at something that is developing in Pennsylvania. Now, this is extremely fascinating because previously it was pretty much for the Senate race there, Oz or McCormick. That was the thing. Both of them were kind of wishy-washy. One was Trump endorsed, one was not. They both were kind of like mealy-mouthed and back and forth on gun rights and gun control, which is what we covered and we touched on. Now, there's a new contender that's rising, and it's pretty much a three-way race, but Cathie Barnett, the other Senate contender, actually has the momentum on her side. What's really intriguing about that and why we're covering it on this channel is because she actually has a much stronger backing on the Second Amendment than Oz or McCormick. And that's what we focus on this channel, is passing the blessing on to the next generation. I want to show you a couple things in this video, and let me know what you guys think. But first thing, look at actually what she says versus the other candidates. Again, I don't endorse anybody on this channel, but it is important to note this is a choice. The other thing is the media will always tell you, the left will always tell you who they're truly afraid of. And note, they didn't attack Oz and they didn't attack McCormick, but they sure are bringing out the long knives for Cathie Barnett. Again, I don't endorse anybody in the primaries, but it is interesting and of note. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor who made this video possible, and then we're going to hit it, and everything, like I said, is linked, and I want to hear from you guys on this one because this is developing into something interesting. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to repair and upgrade your own guns. If you're looking for a way to take your hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armor courses, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishing, shooting, sports management, and more. Plus, tools and materials are shipped to your door for hands-on practice. It's never been a better time to get an education that you can actually use on the job, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below which will hit you straight to them. Thank you so much to SDI for making this video possible, and let's get into this, guys, because there may be an Oz alternative, which is interesting because Oz is not that strong on the Second Amendment. Again, the focus of this channel. Let's get it. Remember, keep those things in mind, what I wanted to show you. Cathie Barnett soars in PA election polls, grabs major outside support in GOP Senate primary. Well, the reason that she's gaining support is because Oz and McCormick are attacking each other, and they're both kind of like rhinos in the making. But Barnett is positioning herself as not a rhino, and we're going to get to her position here in a second around the Second Amendment. But check this out. Trafalgar has new polls out in the Pennsylvania Republican primaries, which will be held next Tuesday. So this is on the 17th. The Senate poll is not far from a three-way dead heat, with Oz at 24.5, Barnett 23.2, and Dave McCormick at 21.6, with 15% undecided. So this thing is literally anybody's race. But it's interesting, it's now a three-way race going against, guaranteed, this guy, absolute gun controller in Pennsylvania, Fetterman. Fetterman's going to win the nomination there. He is literally a Bernie Sanders, socialist, aggressive, progressive. Aggressive, progressive. That kind of goes. Anyway, Fetterman has a wide lead among Democrats in Pennsylvania's Senate race, with Oz and McCormick in tight race for GOP nomination. The reason that this is so important, and the reason that we're covering it, is because Fetterman would go into the U.S. Senate. This is a vote for gun control 100%. This is something that we cannot allow because it would be a flip of a seat. That's why the Republican primary is so important. Also why we're touching on Barnett, because she has a different perspective. Now, this is from her absolute website. Again, not endorsing anybody. I'm just showing you evidence that I've got on the website. Underneath additional issues, so it's not one of her mainstays, fair enough. I'm just telling you flat out, but this is what she says about the support for the Second Amendment. I don't just say I support the Second Amendment. I live it, being a registered concealed carry holder since 2015. In the Senate, I will support legislation that creates reciprocity for concealed carry permits nationwide. Now, that's pretty strong bona fides on the gun rights side of the argument. Comparing and contrasting Oz, who has kind of the gun control red flag background, and then McCormick, who's associated with a lot of things I don't want to deal with. But this is really important. Again, like I said, I'm being really careful not to endorse anybody, but check this out, because it's always interesting by the reactions. Their words are one thing, but the way they react is another. Check this out. Trump criticizes Cathie Barnett as she surges in Pennsylvania's GOP Senate primary. Miss Barnett's momentum in the polls has drawn the attention of the former president who endorsed Oz in the race. And I have a funny feeling that has a little bit more to do with his perception of who's going to win and his perception of his endorsement versus who's actually in the polls. That's just me. Anyway, let's keep going because this is where the media comes out. Check this out. When the media comes out this hard, there's something wrong. GOP candidate is surging in the polls. Hear her past bigoted statements. Subtle, CNN. Subtle. What about MSNBC? GOP freaks out over the rise of ultra MAGA Senate candidate in Pennsylvania. Talking about Cathie Barnett. Now, the reason that I want to bring this to your attention is, like I said, just kind of revisiting these 2 points. One, anytime that the leftists, the gun controllers, the media come out this hard against someone, there's a reason they're afraid of them. They will always tell you who they're afraid of. That's why they're attacking so hard. They didn't say anything against Oz and McCormick. That's really important. The other thing here is Barnett has no skeletons in her closet regarding the Second Amendment. I know there's other things. I'm not a political commentator. I'm just saying Second Amendment related. If she's been a concealed carry holder since 2015 and she's for national reciprocity in the U.S. Senate, that's pretty strong. She also has the momentum going behind her and all the ads and all the money coming in at the end when Oz and McCormick have been in a bloody street fight the whole time. This is really fascinating, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment, and thank you for stopping by.